Shabbos, everyone. Parshas Beha'aloscha. Again, we're in extraordinary times now. We're davening and praying for us here in Yerushalayim, our Kodesh, and Eretz Yisrael in general, specifically for our pilots and our soldiers, that they should be successful and all come back safely, and our enemies, the enemies of Klal Yisrael, should fall, like the beginning of of the reading of today's Torah portion. Vayhi ben Aaron, that when the ark traveled, Moshe would stand up and tell God, get up and protect the Jewish people, get rid of our enemies. And it's mamash the opening of the reading of today, and the ark is before our pilots, making sure that they deliver the hit that they have to hit and come back safely. And this is very much connected to the talk we just learned. The Rebbe talks about in this week's parsha, that the Rebbe teaches that the Parshas Beha'aloscha is always after Matan Torah, meaning to say that we need the giving of Torah to get to the idea of the Menorah. And what's the idea of the Menorah? The Menorah is that the Beis Hamikdash gave off light of godliness to the world. So the Rebbe challenges the question, why, in order to give off light and godliness to the world, do the Jewish people need to receive the Torah? Avram Avinu was teaching about a one God from the beginning. The Jewish people in Mitzrayim knew about one God. There was miracles for the Jewish people that we saw. There was a special relationship God had with the Jewish people. And this was an idea of godliness, of revelations, miracles, splitting the Red Sea. So why, in order to be able to be a beacon of light for the menorah to give off light to the world, do we need to go through Matan Torah? And the Rebbe explains an amazing idea, that there's the way God creates the world. That God's utterances of the Olam Dvarcha Nitza B'Shamayim, like it says in Tanya, the Rebbe quotes, the Baal Shem Tov who quotes the Medrash, the utterances of God, Yehi Rakia, that the world should be in existence, is constant. The world stays in its existence constantly from the utterances of Hashem. But that's what's called chitzonius. That's an external want. That's the world is in its existence. But the Shechina, the Gemara in Shabbos says that what's the idea of the menorah? That it's a testimony, it's edus, the whole Baya Olam, to the whole world, that the Shechina, the level of Shechina rests with the Jewish people. And the Rebbe says the Shechina is not the same energy of godliness that creates the world. That's the pneumius, that's the internal. Why did God create the world? What's his want with creating the world? Is that there should be the Jewish people, there should be Torah mitzvahs, there should be godliness revealed in the physical space, dir b'tachtonim. And the Rebbe even talks about in the Menorah that the idea of the connection the Jewish people have to Hashem is even deeper than Torah mitzvahs, because it says Dabra b'nei Yisrael, the Jewish people come first. But the idea of the Mishkan is, and the idea of the menorah is, that the Shechina, the real pneumius, what does God really want is with the Jewish people, and it's a testimony for the whole world. And this is why you need to have Matan Torah. Matan Torah broke the boundaries. Before Matan Torah, even though we knew about God, but there was God and there was the world. Elyonim, there was above and below. In order for us to make it one, Matan Torah was a marriage, to become one flesh, one being, one existence. That the Jewish people happened only through Matan Torah. Once Matan Torah, then the Shechina, we see the Shechina, the presence of God, literally with the Jewish people, and it's a testimony to the whole world. And that's what's revealed through the menorah. The menorah doesn't just reveal that there's a God; it reveals why is there the world. What's the idea of Torah mitzvahs? What's the idea of dir b'tachtonim? And I want to say that we're seeing this happening now as we speak. It's a edus liYisrael. It's an edus l'chol b'ay olam. It's a testimony to the whole world that the Shechina, the godliness, rests with the Jewish people dafka, and should be bechesed berachmim, with kindness and compassion. That we should get rid of our enemies. Like it says, Vayhi ben Aaron, the ark traveled. They should travel before our pilots, and our pilots should go do what they have to do, come back, and we should bring peace afterwards. They should bring a peace to the world. It's not the idea that we should bring destruction. The idea is that should lead to peace with the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu b'meher b'yameinu. Good Shabbos, everyone.